So speaking of, you guys are the consummate road dogs, and you guys are touring a lot. I know you tour at least 100 something to maybe 200 times a year.
Yep.
What's since being an independent band, how do you juggle the marketing and promoting yourself and like booking shows and setting up and playing? You know, I mean, do you guys have any tips for other bands that you guys do on that? Or
don't quit your day job.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Talk like digital.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of just delegate different jobs to all of us, right. And you know, we all have our own thing that we all take care of. You know, whether it's like one of us is doing Facebook, another's doing the website, or somebody's doing you know, whatever social media thing that's happening, because it's constantly changing, constant promotion. Sinner's always, you know, he did booking for the longest time, and now we got a new booking agent. So there's another pressure off him, so he can actually even focus more on other avenues that the band can do.
Thank God.
With, yeah, that's got to alleviate some of the stress.
So much.
Awesome.
They're a great agency. It's Atomic Music Group. They kill, and we're stoked to have them. We're just starting to work with them. We got a really cool manager now who's helping, like, kind of free agent, plan things for us, get us over to Europe soon, stuff like that. He's working on. That's Johnny with Glass Pack Management. So, got some cool people.
Nice plug.
Got to, dude.
Yeah.
Dudes are working honest, so hard.
We love you, man.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
I think it helps too with technology as advanced as much as it has with cell phones, tablets, laptops. You know, because we can constantly do stuff on the road.
Sure. Well,
not like I think when they were touring when I was in my other band. From the time like late '90s, 2000s, where you know. We didn't have that luxury back then. We were just starting to get cell phones and
exactly. Exactly. Like it's all home.
There was no GPS. It was maps.
Oh,
and people
dude,
fighting.
MapQuest. Yeah. MapQuest. I'm glad you're gone. Are they out of business yet, or are they still around?
I think they're still around.
Cool. Well, if the CEO's looking at this, dude, I'm gonna find out where you live. Swear to God, the early MapQuest, like driving by sheet tours, were so brutal. Take a right turn, and you're like, there's a field over there, bro.
With a bunch of cows.
The worst direction is, dude. Google Maps shreds.
That brings me to my sponsor, MapQuest.
I hope you're kidding.
Great.
Yeah, we'll throw that
Whoops. Like I said, they were the best. That's what I just said.
I lost track of wearing that.
Well, I woke up this morning, I don't feel a bit. Couldn't you get you out of my head? I never leave your mind. I never leave your mind. You're mine. I can't believe you're mine. They count me, the world made us bring left and right. Feeling like my head when you're inside. I never leave your mind. I never leave your mind. You're mine. I can't believe you're mine. Oh, I can't believe
let's we talked about the album and talked a little bit about the tour. You guys currently on tour? Are you doing little jaunts right now, or what's the next?
Always on tour. I mean, we're a unique animal, like in how we tour. A lot of bands tour more conventionally, where they're out on the road, going through multiple states, and that's their thing. Whether they do 50 shows a year, or whether they do over 200 shows a year. We do roughly 2, give or take, a year. For the last 8, creeping on 9 years, we've been full-time doing that for a living. It's sustained us,
Sure.
all the members. But the way we do it is about 65-70% of the year is weekend work. So 4-day weekends, Thursday through Sunday, or anything in between, 2 days, Friday, Saturday sometimes.
Okay.
That's like 65-70% of our year. So that's 140, 150 gigs sometimes. Then we'll go out on like a week to 2 week jogs, which are 4 or 5 state runs.
Okay.
That are like solid, playing with no nights off, maybe a night off, and then we drive straight back from a destination, like maybe the center of the country, Austin, come back. That'll happen a couple times a year.
Okay.
And then the remaining, 20% of the year is just a full, huge U.S. tour. It's like our last one was 40 dates, 13,000 miles, 24 states, all the way to the East Coast and back. And that was our 12th U.S. tour. This year is going to be a 13th U.S. tour. Lucky 13 tour. It's going to be cool.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
Dude, we're stoked.
That's cool.
Thank you. Those tunes go out to the screw, the student, the tattoo in the room. Slim, San Francisco, how many of you guys are doing good tonight? Let's hear ya.
Let's see, what else we got? So let's talk about rockabilly in general. What was that album you guys turned on to that is like, I want to play this music for serious? Like, when did it kind of flip the switch for you guys?
We'll go down the line here.
Originally, it was seeing the Stray Cats on like MTV, right? They're like cool and big guitars and big hair. And, you know, I wasn't really sure of exactly what they were doing because it didn't sound nostalgic. It sounded, you know, like it had a foot in old times, but you know, with new wave and whatever that was going on. So that's what turned me on. And then what really made me want to play the music, I was in Los Angeles one weekend, and I was in a Virgin record store, and there was just crazy music playing, and I said, who is this? So I went over and asked the guy, I said, who is this band playing? He said, it's Jeff Beck and the Big Town Playboys, and it was an album he had made where he took a bunch of old Gene Vincent and re-recorded it and nailed everything, and I bought it, and then I never looked back, and that had to be probably the early 90s. So yeah,
that was a killer album. Crazy Legs, I think is what he called it. That was awesome. Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah.
I'm recording this, so I don't have to write it down.
Oh, dude, it's so good. Yeah, you're set. You're like, rewind. Yeah,
Check
that's the album.
Film. I want to get that album. Awesome. What about you?
Yeah, I would say Chris Isaac. You know, I went to Logos, downtown Santa Cruz. This is prior to Streetlight being there. Now there's 2 great record stores. But I went to Logos, where I always went and find old vinyl and stuff. And, you know, I was really into punk and a few other things, rockabilly. And I knew a little bit about oldies from my dad. He used to play Johnny Cash and, you know, Fats Domino and cool stuff like that around the house when I was a kid. But I got into punk later. And then to get back into Billy again, older stuff, roots American music, I went and I bought a Chris Isaac album, Silvertown. And then I went and bought a Stray Cats album, Built for Speed. You know, their biggest, you know, had Rock This Town on it, Sexy 17, all that. And from there, I was just looking at the liner notes on some old albums I had when I was a kid. I had some Beatles albums, and I saw like C. Perkins, Carl Perkins, and I just started digging. You know, you get older, and you start figuring out how to hunt stuff down a little more. And I'd go to the record store, like Logos, and these guys were knowledgeable, and I'd say, who's C. Perkins, and who's this? Carl Perkins, dude. And where can I find them? Over there. So I went and found like Johnny Burnett albums, Carl Perkins albums, and all this stuff just blew me away.
Was this like Shaft of Light from the window?
Dude,
Kind of came on
when you listen to the original, sort of.
Angel singing.
When you listen to the Beatles do Honey Don't, it's killer. They did a great job. The Beatles are the Beatles. They're incredible. They were and always will be a huge, incredible force in the American music scene. But when you listen to Carl Perkins do it, who pretty much came up with it, who was influenced by the rhythm and blues artists at the time and people in his own community, I'm sure, where he got his ideas. It's just something about it. The original, you know, versus imitation. Something about it just really just moves you, or me. I was really blown away by it.
Nice.
Same thing with Johnny Burnett.
Okay. All right.
Matt, you last. I mean,
No, the next
It's like,
guy.
it's almost it's very similar. You know, I mean, I grew up listening to a lot of punk rock music, and I think probably one of the gateways might have been like the Cramps, because the Cramps had a lot of that. You know, they actually, a lot of their covers were really old, obscure, like rockabilly 50s stuff, and then you know, I got into Stray Cats as well. And then the Reverend Horton, I have to give a little bit of credit to him too. And then after you start, then you just like what Senator said, just start digging, and then you start finding where all that everything came from. And
This little tune's entitled You're My Curse. Let's hear it one time for Shelby, endorsed by Gretsch Guitars.
Totally, man.
Well, that hard work is paying off. You did play with Brian Setzer, and I mean, I just looking at your people you've toured with, and I'm just like, holy crap.
We've done one-offs with guys we never thought we would have.
Right.
And it's crazy. I mean, it's such an honor.
Yeah, it's lots of cool stuff. So, 2013, what do we expect from you guys? What's the big thing the plan?
Just put this out in December,
Okay.
holiday season, New Year's, December. We're going to be retouring it this year on our big U.S. tour. Currently doing all our club dates based around it. Working on a new album. We got a bunch of new songs we're working on. They're in the incubating stage. We're letting them percolate until we get them
Sure.
ready to go. You know, we're not going to half-bake anything. And going to Australia.
Oh,
Second time in Australia. Last year we went and it was killer.
nice.
Which was our first time out of the country, but our music was like made to order for them. They like it rough and ready. And what else? What else we got going on? We've been talking about a couple other things, but drawn blanks, of course, on
Yeah.
camera.
Well, yeah, he mentioned we have management and a booking agency. Bigger and better things. Right?
A bigger, more robust Chop Tops
Yeah,
for
exactly.
2013.
Some Tom Jones covers, you know.
Sure, turn the whole album.
The whole album.
Doing his
It's
greatest,
not on you.
his greatest hits.
So, choptops.com. You guys are on Facebook. You're on Twitter and Instagram and all
Yep.
that other.
Just started that.
Just started Instagram.
Yeah.
Don't forget the THE, thechoptops.com.
Yeah. And
For sure.
anything else you guys want to? We'll wrap up and let you guys get back to it. Do you, anything you guys want to drop?
Well, I see
Mom.
you have our other albums here. So I guess, yeah, this one's Triple Deuces. And
That was number
this is
4.
Our latest, which is Deadly Love.
That's number 5.
And
And yeah, this isn't our latest because it's
Yeah.
a re-release, technically. This was our 3rd we re-released with Brett on upright bass because, you know, the bass playing on it at the time was just not so hot. And then it never got mixed and mastered. And that was a Santa Cruz show we released it at. It was, yeah, Brian Setzer. Opened for Setzer at the Catalyst on the 18th of August back in, what was it, 2001.
August 16th.
We had a rush to get it done back then.
Right.
We didn't have quite as much corn, not that we do now, but we scraped it together now, went back in, and finally got it mixed and mastered, something it didn't get done before. And then we had someone who can actually play the bass record on it. So, ta-da! It's now a great album. All the rest of the recordings are the same. They just sound way better.
They do. They sound really good. I was listening to it all week.
Thank
so.
you, man.
Oh, Evil 6? Or... Well, there were things on there that was
Revisited.
really weird because, you know, it was a long time ago. There was a lot of alcohol flowing when
That's true.
there was a lot of things
That's
I don't
true.
remember, doing on there. But anyway,
I remember them all. Email me.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I don't remember being naked and being playing the. Anyway, besides the point. Anyway, there's one
That's the
particular
TMI
track. I
inside.
know. I'm drinking 7-Up, I promise. Anyway, there was this one track. It's called "Doing My Best," and when we got the masters back, there were hand claps, and I don't remember there ever being hand claps. Right? It's like, well, we did this, but they were buried. They were buried on the original. I mean, it wasn't mastered. It wasn't mixed right. So they were so far in the mix. I didn't even know we had done that.
And they actually weren't hand claps. He was so drunk, he was doing back farts on a linoleum floor.
Nice.
I
We
didn't
just
get
put a mic
credit.
down.
The
But they
resonance
still
of that must have
sound
been
really good. They
amazing.
sound authentic.
Kind of sound.
Yeah.
Vintage hand claps. Yeah, Shelby's back.
I'm multi-talented.
Good. Embarrass your buddy on.
Oh, come on. Dude.
podcasting.
It was waiting to happen.
So, anyways, I'd like to thank you guys. We'll wrap up here. So, tonight, Slim's, 8 o'clock. Come check them out. Really good lineup of rockabilly bands. And I really like to thank you guys for taking the time, hanging out, chatting. And
Thank you, bro.
we are good. Thanks again.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, karaoke, right?
That goes out to all you rebels of heart.